So after the breakup, after, you know, maybe a month or so, just trying to get myself back together. Do I get back on dating sites? Do I, you know, start talking to other people? It just, to me, it felt weird anytime someone who knew that Justin and I weren't together anymore would hit me up or try to hang out. Like, I legitimately felt like I was cheating on him because we had been together for so long. I didn't know how to, I don't know, flirt or text people without feeling like, holy shit, I'm like doing something behind his back or I'm being shady. But it didn't matter because we weren't together anymore. It just felt weird for me. But I did have a friend who is also an ex that had reached out to me and pretty much was just like, hey, what's going on? How's life? How's your boyfriend? I'm like, that's not a thing no more. He was like, oh, cool. You wanna like grab breakfast or whatever? So we had been chatting. You know, this guy, we have been friends since like 2011. And we dated for maybe like a couple of months, 6 months or so, maybe a little longer than that before Justin and I got together. But whenever we hung out, whenever we talked, it was like no time had been lost. We just picked right back up where we had left off. So I agreed. I said, okay, let's go grab breakfast. So we grabbed breakfast a couple of times and it was awesome. You know, I just emotionally told him I am not stable enough to even, I don't know, think about trying to be with somebody else, even process the concept of that. It just wasn't a thing. Because even throughout Justin and I's relationship, my friend would text me here and there asking how I was doing. Can we meet up for, you know, lunch or dinner or whatever? And I always told him no, out of respect for Justin and I's relationship, because I felt like that would not be appropriate. So it was nice because we were talking a lot again, FaceTiming. Like, I was starting to feel a little bit better about myself, you know. But he was fully aware of everything that had occurred with Justin and I. I was just like, you know, I'm not emotionally stable right now. And he was aware and he was okay with that. And he was like, you know, it's cool. We can just take it day by day. I just want to be your friend. You know, we can just pick up where we left off. I'm like, okay, great. So with the hangouts and the texting all day, you know, he would text me at night while I was at work because he also worked third shift. Like, things were fine, you know. I mean, I definitely felt like I had some old feelings trying to come back, but I was hesitant to, one, tell him, or two, let them be known, like, come out of me, because I still felt weird. I still felt strange with everything, you know, that had gone on with Justin. So this was maybe, Justin and I broke up at the end of, like, toward the end of July. Me and my friends started hanging out maybe mid-August. Yeah, maybe mid-August, I would say. Then one day, it's a Sunday, September 23rd, I remember the day, I woke up and I went to bed early the night before because I went to a craft beer festival and your girl couldn't hang. So I came home and went to bed and ended up getting up super early. He had texted me or I had texted him, I can't remember. And we were both off for the day. He was like, you trying to kick it? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Buffalo Wild Wings was one of our favorite places to eat. So he was like, let's hit up B-Dubs. It was either that or tacos because, you know, your girl loves tacos. So we met up at B-Dubs. I was like, get a nice romantic spot at the bar, because that's just how we joked around with each other. And that day turned into, I thought we were just gonna go to lunch and that was gonna be it. It turned out to be an entire day where we were just hanging out with each other. Went to B-Dubs. I had to return or pick up some shoes or something for a wedding I was in. We walked around Maggie Daly Park, took some fun photos. I took some good photos of him. I was having him take pictures of me because I was like, I need content for my Instagram. He was like, okay, cool, I'll take these pictures of you. I was like, well, let me take some photos of you. And he was like, nah, it's cool. And I'm like, come on, like, let's just take these photos. So I got some really dope photos of him. I was like, I'm gonna edit them and they're gonna look real nice. So I remember sending one photo to him that I just loved, and then I edited another one and sent it to him. He was like, okay, these are kind of dope. After we finished walking around downtown, he was like, I'm not ready to go yet. And I'm like, okay. I had to get my hair done that night. So I was like, well, we can hang out for a little bit more, and then I gotta go get my hair done. So we ended up picking up a pint of Tito's, which is something we always use, not Tito's, but some type of drink. We would pick that up and we would sit in the car and drink. I don't know if that's illegal or not, but we wouldn't drive. We would just sit there and talk for hours back in the day. That's neither here nor there. That's what we decided to do. We parked and we drank for a little bit, and it was like, I mean, it was like old times. It was what we used to do, joking, reminiscing on things, etc., etc. Fast forward maybe like 2 hours later, it's time for me to get my hair done. He was like, well, can I come with you? And I'm like, to get my hair done? So I'm like, I gotta text the stylist and see, because she has like her own private suite. Anywho, he ends up coming with me to get my hair done. He was like, you know what? I'm get your car cleaned and detailed, because it shouldn't look like this. And I was like, I'd be busy. Like, I just went through a breakup. The car might have looked like that before the breakup. He was like, you get your hair done, I'm gonna take care of the car. So he did. He went and got the car cleaned, he got it washed, he got it detailed, came back, picked me up from the shop and was like, I'm hungry. I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to eat? So we ended up going to Longhorn. He said he wanted steak. So we got him steak. I didn't eat steak. And I don't know, I can just like see it now, us back in that booth eating, and him talking about how perfect his meal was, because I mean, it did look fire. But you know, we had just had like a good day. He was like, this is the perfect meal, I'm hanging out with you, I'm glad we're hanging out again. You know, it was just nice. It's nice to like feel appreciated. It's nice to feel, you know, wanted when you haven't, you know, felt like that in like a month or so. So that was September 23rd. He had left a few things in my car when we had parted ways, and I told him about it. Text him like, hey, you left your stuff in my car. He was like, oh, that's cool. I'll just, you know, pick it up from you this weekend. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna be gone this weekend. I have a wedding that I am going to. I'm setting up in my friend's wedding. I'll just get them to you when I get back on Sunday. September 28th was a Friday. I woke up, I had a text message from my friend, and it was a song and song title and the artist. He didn't even say listen to it. This is just what he did. He would send me text messages and say, not even say anything. He would send me text messages of the song title and the artist, and he would want me to listen to it. That's just how he, you know, big music head. That's just how he expressed himself sometimes. You know, if he couldn't say something a certain way, he would just send you a song and it'd be like, that's the way he was trying to tell you things. So the song was Dark Side of the Moon by Lil Wayne. I texted him back like, yo, am I supposed to listen to this? No response, but I was like, he's probably sleeping. The day was fine. I got up, I got ready for this wedding, or to drive down to Indy for a wedding rehearsal. I rode down with my friend and her husband, and we stopped at Purdue, got to check out the campus. I made it to Indy, and I got a call from my friend. She only calls me when she needs something or if she has a question. So I picked, other than that, she usually texts me. So I picked up, and she's like, hey, I know that you are getting ready for a wedding, but I have to call and tell you something. And I'm like, okay, girl, what's up? And I just hear her burst into tears, hysterical crying on the phone. And I'm like, hello, girl, are you okay? And all I could make out was my friend's name and accident. And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about, you know? I'm like, okay, well, what hospital is he at, you know? Like, where's he at? And she's like, no, he didn't make it. And he didn't make it? What? I'm not understanding what you're saying right now. And she's like, Rihanna, he died. And I think piece of me when she said that went too. Like, everything left my body. My mind just started going, is this why he hasn't texted me back? Is this why I haven't heard from him? I'm like, that can't be true. He just texted me this morning. I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, Rihanna, it's all over social media. And I'm like, I mean, we didn't follow each other on social media because we were petty like that and nobody wanted to see anybody else being with another person. So it was always just text or that was it. So I didn't know that it had happened until she had told me. But he had passed early morning on September 28th, about an hour after he had sent me that text message.